Hey, it's Gilbert here. In this video, I'm going to do the annual maintenance on my mower. So in my case, it's a 5/8 inch spark plug socket. It's got the little rubber piece in the middle to hold on to the plug. Remove your plugs. Make sure they look the same. Now the plug gap, the old ones show between 30 and 35. The new ones out of the box show 35. I looked it up online and it should be 30, so I will have to adjust those, put them back, follow the instructions for your spark plug type on how tight to make them. And I will have links in the description to all the parts I used. So I got mine to 30. Now I only changed the spark plugs because this is just a residential once a week mower. I changed the spark plugs every couple years and it was running fine. I could probably clean that up a little bit and it would still go for another year, but I do it every couple. And buying in bulk will save you a lot on the price of the plugs. And this is why you want the spark plug socket. It's easier to feed them in. Get them started by hand so you don't cross thread them. And I suggest doing spark plugs when they are cold. The cold engine. Air filter. Open yours up. Now this I do every couple of years also, because what you can do, careful not to get any dirt into the carburetor, you can take this off and you can actually clean this in soapy water, very light soap, clean that out and then let it dry and put it back over it, and that helps protect, keeps this cleaner. However, if you have a really dirty environment, go ahead and swap it out once a year. Clean around the opening. Try to avoid anything falling in. It's easier said than done. And a 2-pack of these is almost as cheap as a single. Make sure before you open yours that it is the correct size. Like I said, the pre-filter, this does a little, helps make the inside filter last longer. Now on mine, this is the fuel pump. I don't change my fuel pump as a maintenance item. I wait until it goes out before I change it. And this is the original. Here is the fuel filter. I'll change it out every couple of years. I suggest checking the valve cover for leaks. Mine started leaking, so I had to take it off, and I actually used RTV around it, put that on, both of them, and it hasn't leaked, but it sure is dirty, so you'll want to minimum wipe all this off, because the dirt will actually hold heat in it, so it's best to have that clean. If you're careful, you can use a degreaser on here. Just be careful, because you're gonna have to spray it off and you don't want to get water in the wrong place. Should you decide to wipe it like I am here, be very careful that you don't knock off springs like are back in here and not know where to put them back on. All right, if you have Zerk fittings where you can grease it up, sure to clean the Zerk off, then put you some good quality grease. I have a link on what I use in the description. Yeah, I really should have blew that off in the fall. Check the air pressure in your tires, make sure they're good. Sharpen your blades. I'm not going to bore you with that, but you will definitely want to sharpen your blades. And finally, we got the oil change. So what I'm going to do is I'll be starting this up, letting it warm up for a few minutes, get that oil thin, and any contaminants in the engine hopefully will be, that the filter didn't get, hopefully will be floating in the oil. Then I'll drain the oil. It'll drain faster, just don't burn yourself doing it that way. Be sure to check the belts. I don't change the belts every year or two. I don't do the belts as a maintenance item. I wait till it breaks and then I'll swap them out. These holes, like spindle, try to keep those clear so air can pass. So I have an old video where I show how to do the oil change on this thing. The only difference is I now use a Fram filter, much cheaper than the Kohler. Link is up at the top right. Alright, I had to push it back in the garage because the wind was literally blowing the oil away from the funnel as I was pouring it. It's just so windy. So I marked right on the bottle where it was on a flat surface, so I know how much oil I've added. Don't add too much oil because some stays in the bottom. So while it may take 2 quarts, it's still got at least 1/4 of a quart in the bottom that just won't drain. Same with your car engine. Okay, mine's right at full, and you can see it took just under 2 quarts. Another thing to check is the battery. If you got a battery tester, it wouldn't hurt to check that, or if you got a little, trickle charger or something, hook it up. As you could tell, mine already started, so it's not a problem. So I hope that was helpful. If so, please like, subscribe, comment, and I still got 2 more to go.